Been carrying this decision for about a year now, and I'm finally ready to talk about it. 2026 will be the final year of the Owning It and Living It experience. All right, let me tell you why. Welcome back to another episode of Wealth Within Reach. I'm your host, Erica Brown, and I help real estate investors build wealth with real estate without draining all of your cash and also burning out. And so this is a very special episode for me today. Hopefully I don't get emotional, but it's okay if I do. I'm sharing something that I've been carrying for a minute now, and I'm going to just walk you through my process of how I got to this place. If you're new here and you're wondering what is the Owning and Living It experience, it is a live event that I've been hosting for the last 2 years. It's here in Atlanta, Georgia, and it is such a one of a kind room. Somebody just commented yesterday on a post and they said, this is one of the most rarest rooms they have ever been in. It's not what you think of a typical real estate conference. It's so unique. It blends real estate, Black and brown culture, music, faith, family, all into a 3-day experience. And I've been doing it for the last 2 years, and this upcoming year will be the last year. I mean, this is so rare that my first year hosting a conference, I gave away a house, y'all. A house. After attending so many conferences all over the United States, I recognize a pattern after every single one. One, they rarely had any minorities as speakers, like rarely. There will always be like one or two, maybe three, but I didn't feel fully represented as a Black woman at most of these conferences. I wanted to create something that reflected more of the community that I was a part of. Even though I know so many Black and brown investors living in Atlanta, Georgia, every time I went to these conferences, I may see one or two speakers that reflected my community. So I wanted to create something different that hadn't been done before. So I did. And so year after year, I heard so many of you guys come up to me and tell me this event was life changing, or you were finally able to get the information you needed to start. I love hearing stories year after year of people sharing that they finally put things into action, and that they met a new friend and that they're now good friends with someone that they met from the conference, or now they have a new business partner. I've heard so many amazing stories and blessings and honestly fruit that have come from the Owning and Living experience. I mean, even thinking about the first year of the event where we had a praise and worship service, I had so many people walk up to me that had been through various things that year, and they were like, this is my first time of really being able to be in the presence of God again. Thank you so much. I mean, just such a unique experience. And it's been a very difficult decision to decide to end it this year. So it's been a very difficult decision to decide that this will be the last year. So for those of you who don't know, I turned 40 last year, and I also sent my oldest son off to college. So I spent a lot of the year in nostalgia, thinking about the past and really reflecting on the last 20 years. And so I realized that I spent my 20s building my life. My 20s, starting my family, having kids, starting my career, really spending a lot of time learning what am I good at, what am I not good at, what skills do I have, et cetera, kind of exploring my curiosity about my strengths. I spent a lot of my time doing that. So then as we transitioned to my 30s, in my 30s is when I jumped into entrepreneurship. So in my 30s, I'm building businesses, I'm hustling, I am pushing past fears. I'm learning how to overcome scarcity. I'm taking risks. I actually wrote it down and calculated, and I tried 32 ideas in my 30s, and I started 7 to 8 businesses in my 30s. It was wild. Also, and this is key, life did not stop in my 30s. Okay. Going through, in my 20s, I moved across the country. In my 30s, moving, buying houses, all that kind of stuff, having kids, working through marriage problems, lost my dad, moved multiple times. Like, it was a lot. While also still starting and stopping businesses, going through the cycles of the economy, all the things. There were absolutely no perfect conditions. There were no perfect times to start. I just started. I hustled. Okay. I had to learn how to be a leader. I learned a lot. I failed all the things. I hustled. I worked very hard. And if anyone watching this or listening to this has started something from scratch, then you know starting something from scratch requires hard work. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care who your coach is. I don't care the strategy, all the things. It is going to require hard work. And a part of that hard work, y'all, is sacrifice. Okay. Yes, I got a chance to take my son to Paris to explore baking, and I got a chance to do a lot of the beautiful things that entrepreneurship provided, but I also missed a lot. I also worked a lot of nights. I also missed a lot of games. I also had to sacrifice a lot in order to be able to accomplish the things that I accomplished. And so as I think about that, as I'm moving now into my 40s, after really putting in the work for 2 decades, I want to begin to reap the benefits of my investments. I'm no longer in the season of hustle because of the risk, because of pushing past the fears, because of taking chances. I'm no longer in the place of feeling trapped. Okay. I remember when I first quit my job in corporate, one of the biggest motivations for quitting my job was because I just felt trapped. I felt like I didn't have any choices. I felt like I wanted to bet on myself, wanted to trust a burden that God had put on my heart to pursue this idea so that I can create choices for my family. And now, fast forward, I'm in a place of having choices. Therefore, I don't want to build things from scratch because of the sacrifice that it requires. And yes, I still have to sacrifice being a business owner, but building something from scratch requires a different type of sacrifice. Okay, so what do you mean by that? So here's the thing. Here is the thing. Hosting an event the way that I host an event is its own business. Okay, y'all. It is its own. It happens 3 days out the year, but it takes a whole year and its own team worth of planning. And although the event is amazing for those 3 days and is so transformational and life changing, I'm excited to end this chapter in such an amazing way. I'm excited to go into my 40s actually being able to reap the return on my investment and not building anything from scratch. And in order for the owning it and living experience to continue to be as great as it is at the level that that event is run, is going to require and continue to require more sacrifice for me that I'm willing to give in a season. And one of the things I realized through this process is just because you can doesn't mean that you should. As you achieve things and you achieve your goals and you become successful, you will gain the confidence that you can do so many amazing things. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so I am in the season of alignment. I'm in the season of more ease, more peace, simplicity. And I'm excited to end this chapter and just see what God has next. So, okay, so I've gotten questions of, okay, so what are you going to do next? I don't know. I know that I'm going to continue this podcast. I love this podcast. I love sharing information. I'm going to continue to coach. I'm going to continue to coach real estate clients. I'm going to continue to host my mastermind and work with my clients one-on-one. I'm going to continue those things. As of everything else, I'm not sure. I do know that this chapter is ending with the owning and living experience, but I am intentionally closing this door so I can create space to see what God wants to do next. So I'm really excited about it. All right. Okay. So let's talk about what you're going to experience this year with the owning and living experience, because you know we're going to go out with a bang, y'all. Okay. Every year has gotten better, and this is going to be the best year of all. Okay. Although it's going to be hard to top giving away a house because we are not giving away a house, but this year is going to be phenomenal. So all the best parts of the owning and living experience will be there. You'll still come and it feels like a family reunion and that you're being reunited with your long lost cousins. All of that is going to be there. One of the things that we're very excited about this year, we got a lot of feedback from last year's conference of just everyone loving the intimacy of the conference. We're going to be focusing on everyone being together more. So this year, regardless of your ticket, everyone's going to eat multiple meals together. One of my favorite meals that we're going to have is on Sunday, we're going to have a gospel brunch. So we're going to bring the praise and worship service back. We're going to have a beautiful brunch together. Going to be able to celebrate. So in addition of having amazing speakers, being able to incorporate no fluff, real strategy, real estate knowledge. I'm going to be breaking down really almost like workshop style. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know a couple times a year, I host these 3-day retreats for my clients where I'm really kind of helping them walk through, create a plan, very intensive, helping them to figure out like what their next steps are. We're going to be able to incorporate that into the conference with as many sessions as possible. I mean, really helping you guys get super clear on your plan, your goals, introducing some new topics and new speakers that are really focusing on strategies like build to rent or co-living. So the goal is to help you to be able to leave with a clear plan and you know exactly what you need to do. But also we want you to be able to build community in a deeper way. So this year, instead of having like VIP to eat over here and everybody else figure out what they're going to do, we're going to eat our meals together as a community so that we're able to really break bread. When I think about my business partners or mentors or people who have truly impacted my real estate journey, there's a common denominator with that. It is being able to break bread together and share a meal. Okay. This is not a happy hour where it's like you get somebody's phone number and you never follow up with them. You're going to be able to turn to the guy next to you or the woman next to you and really be able to hear their story, be able to connect with them in a unique way. And so we're going to be facilitating so many times throughout the weekend to be able to do that. And one of my favorite things we're doing this year, favorite things. And this is so Atlanta. We have people come from all over the United States. And I mean, Atlanta is the Black Mecca. We all know that. And so we are bringing the Atlanta Black excellence, et cetera, to you full force. Saturday night, we are going to host a black tie gala where this is essentially this is going to be the Owning It and Living It Awards 2.0. We're going to dress up in our beautiful black ties and ball gowns, and we're going to acknowledge and be able to vote for your top and your favorite category of real estate investor all over the country. We're going to be able to give them their flowers here in person while having fun, dancing the night away, all the things, while also being able to support a nonprofit at the event. It's truly going to be an amazing time. So we already have a speakers book. We have more speakers that we're going to be announcing to come. Early bird tickets are available right now. Early bird tickets expires May 31st. After May 31st, the price is going up a lot. So I definitely suggest that you grab your ticket as soon as possible. You can go to the link below and grab it. This will be the lowest price that you can grab it for the rest of the times. If you have been one of those people who are like, I'm going to come next year, I'm going to come next year, and you've been saying that for a couple of years, this is the last year. This is the last year. So you want to go ahead and grab your ticket. You got time to still work out your babysitters and your time off and all the things, but you want to make sure you are in the room. Okay. And if you've come to previous conferences before, I appreciate you so much. I invite you to come back. Then you already know the amazingness about the event. And I definitely encourage you to come back to celebrate this last one with us. So yeah, I am very excited about whatever God is going to have next. I'm waiting expectantly, honestly. And yeah, I'm just very grateful that I've been able to host this event. It's been so good to meet so many of you who, you know, you listen to this podcast and I never know, like, is this actually working? Do people like this? You just kind of put stuff out there and hope and pray that it reaches someone. And so I really do appreciate you guys for watching, for reading emails and following on Instagram. And it's been so great meeting you. And you never know, you know, I just hosted a meetup this past week in Atlanta, and I plan to host one in Dallas coming up soon. So if you're watching from Dallas, be sure to follow me on Instagram subscribe to my newsletter because I'm coming to your city very soon. You don't want to miss. And then later, DC. So we'll see. I'm not going to be hosting another conference. I'm telling you that I am not going to be hosting another conference. But I do feel like I have a gift of bringing people together and helping people to feel seen, to feel loved, to feel welcomed, and the gift of sharing information. So we'll see what happens from that. And yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have been to the Owning and Living Experience, I would love to hear in the comments or even on socials. Share with me your experience. How has it impacted your journey? Let me know in the comments, repost this on social media and tag me and let me know your experience. I really would like to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.